Let's take some deliberate deep breaths to arrive in the room and to get deeper in touch with the body. These can be loud and audible, they can be soft, however you want them. And when you're ready, you can allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. So right now, I have pretty decent hearing. There's a cool vegan restaurant and cafe next door that I can hear the music coming from. And the birds are chirping and whatnot, so this will be a good little challenge for me, although I doubt it picks up on the microphone. So anyway, when you're ready, let's just notice what's here now, what's going on in your experience. Like I said, for me, it sounds, feeling the weight of the body on the cushion, contact points of the body on what it's resting on. The air, pleasant, cool tingling in the nose on the inhale, warm breath on the outhale. Maybe we're noticing our nervous system beginning to unwind, relax a little bit. My eyes are twitching a little bit, winding down, relaxing. So let's just tune into where it is pleasant in the body, especially with the breath. Give our energy and attention to inviting that to spread throughout the body. So it could be a pleasant sensation of warmth, tingling, vibration, or even just a lack of unpleasantness. Even just a neutral place in the body. You can invite that to brighten on the in-breath and relax deeper on the out-breath. The in-breath has an energy of brightening. In the out-breath, a release, a relaxation. Keeping that awareness on the pleasantness or lack of unpleasantness. In the breath, let's move it to the heart. See if we can breathe in and out of the heart center, the heart area. Bringing this brightening, uplifting energy on the in-breath. Release, relaxation, a softening on the out-breath. The in-breath nourishing, naturally bringing in what's needed, a renewal. The out-breath, letting what is no longer needed naturally fall away, release. Allowing ourselves the space and time to just be. We're constantly doing so much, seeking stimulation from the outside world, and that's okay. It's also okay to set that aside for this brief moment and know, yes, we are human beings. And that this is not just idle time. It can be restorative and healing, which I'd like to go into a little bit here about 4 benefits of meditation, and healing is one of them. But for now, let's just tune back into the breathing body and the heart center, if you feel called to do so. Bringing in what's needed on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, what's no longer. And if we don't know what's needed, we can just sit with that question or drop that question in without really needing an answer. Just asking the question, see what happens or doesn't happen. What's needed or what's even required of the heart right now. So, listened to a talk recently by Gil Fronsdale, and he talks about 4, reasons for meditating. I just mentioned briefly one of them, healing. First one he mentions is being a witness to what is true. So this more formal meditation practice allows us to observe what's here now. And a big part of this is just being honest with ourselves, right? So not being entangled in what we observe, but we watch it like, almost like scanning TV channels. We're not really emotionally committed to a favorite show. We're just kind of scanning, looking, being there to see what we see, hear what we hear, know what we know, observing. So why don't we just do that for a few minutes now? The big possibilities are remembering, memories, planning in the future, we may notice images and other thoughts, sounds, could be lights or colors. And then, of course, the body. Movement of the body through breathing, sensations, heat, coolness, rhythm of the breath. Maybe like a texture of the breath, anywhere from smooth to rough. Could be pressure, kind of more of a support feeling with the breath. We can notice how aware we are of the body too, in the breath. Maybe just in one small area, maybe the awareness, we can notice the awareness with the entire body breathing. Maybe our awareness extends even beyond the breathing body to encompass the space around the body, maybe the room or space we're in or at. Maybe it can extend beyond that even further to the neighborhood. To a city or town nearby, maybe even the state or the entire country. And then even beyond that, to encompass the whole entire earth. And then from there, even some might even want to consider noticing, observing, however imaginatory or theoretical, beyond the earth. And we can even notice how less pressure and troubles and worries on a personal level seem to be there when our awareness is expanded beyond just the body and our mind and our local mind. Can also include it too. So now back to observing the breath in the body. and whatever else arises. And I'll just do this in silence for a few minutes, noticing phenomena, breath, body, sensations, thoughts, sounds. As the observer, not the participant. Or knowing the observing mind and what's being observed. Observation. Okay, the second benefit he talks about is, we'll just go into healing. Actually, change my mind here. We'll go into liberation. So liberating what can be liberated. And by this, it's simply a letting go, which is often easier said than done, right? Because some things we can want to let go of, but it doesn't seem that easy, right? So we look at areas of our life and experience where we're clinging tightly. And so with the witness mind, we can witness what might we be clinging to in our lives, starting with the most obvious tight thing that we're clinging onto. And I'll just leave a few moments here to see what comes up for you, us, around clinging. And then we can simply, instead of judging ourselves, saying, oh, I'm still clinging to that, I'm a bad meditator, I'm an embarrassment, whatever negative self-talk might come up around that, we can just simply set the intent to ease our clinging around whatever it may be. Set the intention and knowing we're doing the best we can. If we could do better, we would. And a lot of times what we're trying to let go of, we'll only let go of it when it's ready to let go of us. And so tuning back in to the body breathing, because it does take courage and bravery to really observe what's true in our experience. And then on to the next one, which is healing. Healing what needs to be healed. I know for me, one of the biggest things around this is simply looking into the relationship I have with whatever needs to be healed. We can look at what's being clung to more tightly, and then take a step back, and instead of that particular thing, we can look at the relationship to it, and the relationships around it, and even the relationship we have with ourselves about it, and about the relationship we have to the relationships. So let's explore a little bit of that. And we can do this we can incorporate the breathing body as well. So when we reflect on whatever relationships we have with whatever's coming up to be healed, we can notice what it's like in the body to explore these relationships we have. Especially the ones we have towards whatever it is we're trying to do, or whatever it is we'd like to do with the healing journey. And notice that in our bodies. Inviting kindness, acceptance, and honesty around these. Calling in any support you'd like to, any other means of support, energetically, mentally, emotionally, any teachers, benefactors, and guides we have, and any beneficial energy we'd like to bring to these areas of healing and relationship. Safety and protection. Kindness and nourishment. And then this last quality is cultivation. A little abrupt transition there. So let's give a few moments to transition from these relationships, which are pretty much the whole of life, relationships to just about everything we encounter, especially with ourselves and within ourselves too. So cultivation, we can cultivate these beautiful qualities of mind, of heart, of spirit, even body, things like presence, kindness, compassion, healing, service, rejoicing, gladness, happiness, ease, well-being, centeredness, groundedness, awareness, mindfulness, alignment, attuning to goodness, peace, health, safety, well-being, awakening, equanimity, brightness, expansions, activations, upliftment, encouragement, empowerment, release, an unbinding, a liberation, the true heart's release. Nourishment and peace are just a few qualities that we can cultivate with meditation practice. And of course, these are not just for ourselves. When we cultivate these qualities, meeting the world and being of service to others, the world at large, not only becomes more potent and less stressful, but it becomes more naturally integrated as well. Becomes second nature in a way. Oftentimes, I've found. And so these are great aspirations, but we're all exactly where we're at right now, right? And that's the way, if it could be any other way, it would. So we can be grateful for all that's led up to this moment. We've survived everything up to this moment. And now we're pointed towards thriving. So let's meditate in silence for maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we started at 10:30, right? So yes, let's just meditate for 5 minutes or so, my bad. And then we can wrap up, and I'll open the floor up virtually, so to speak, So, welcome to do whatever you'd like for around 5 minutes. One idea is just stay again with the breathing body in silence. For the last couple minutes, I invite you to slightly open your eyes and continue meditating. Most of our interactions in the world, we meet the world with open eyes. So if we can just barely open the eyes a little bit and continue. May all beings everywhere be safe inside and out. May all beings everywhere be happy and joyful. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. May all beings everywhere live with ease in their heart, with peace. And may all beings everywhere realize awakening and be free. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes more fully, bring the awareness back to the space you're in. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, move the limbs with anything that feel good. Stretch out. May you all receive the blessings that you wish and desire for.